What's up, guys? So here's a quick way to, we're going to run through how to drop an NFT, how to publish it onto the blockchain, whichever you're using. Any EVM compatible blockchain works. We're going to do Polygon for this one. So switch over to Polygon here. We're not going to need that until the future though. And first things first, we're going to come over to remix.ethereum.org. Now, if you're having any issues, make sure that you're using it without the S, so HTTP, not HTTPS, because sometimes it'll crash when you're on the secured version. Then we're going to head over to this right here. I'm going to put the links in the description for both of these. This is an IDE. Basically, you program stuff on here, and it'll compile it for you, and you can deploy from here. It's very useful. Come over to wizard.openzeplin.com. OpenZepplin is like one of the most widely accepted APIs or tools for writing contracts, and they have a lot of important contracts that you can reuse in a lot of projects. So we're going to do ERC721, put in the name of our token, our NFT, little symbol, base URI. We can always change this. This is just so we have something saved. Now we're going to do mintable. So as soon as I hit mintable, it automatically puts the import statement. Imports ownable because we're going to be using ownable. And it also adds this function here, safe mint. That's what we need. Auto increment adds counter, and it adds that to the safe mint function. And enumerable, that makes it so it's enumerable on the blockchain, and we can directly see from the blockchain which tokens are owned by which account and stuff like that. It'll track it on the blockchain as well. We don't need this. That's all we need basically for now. You could hit open on Remix and it'll open it in Remix. I'm just going to copy to clipboard. We're going to make a new file here on Remix, and I'm going to paste it into right here, basically what we got from here. If you have trouble making a new file, you're probably using the HTTPS secured, so click up here and make sure you're on not secured. Take out the S in the link and then reopen it. For some reason it was crashing for me if I didn't. And from here, one quick thing we're going to do is we're going to increment before the first initialization of this token ID. Yeah, we're going to increment the counter before we get the ID so that we start at 1. So the first NFT will be 1 instead of 0. Otherwise it will start at 0. Okay, we're done with that. Next thing, we're going to go ahead and deploy this. Let's try and just deploy it right away. Leave this compiler version, all this stuff. Compile it to see that everything's good. Okay, so it's compiled. And we're going to deploy. Now, to deploy locally for testing, we can just do this here. But I'm going to go and do injected Web3 for the environment. And now I can connect my MetaMask right away. So my MetaMask is connected. I'm on the Polygon blockchain, or connected to Polygon. And change the contract here. So make sure we're not deploying this ownable contract or any of these contracts. We need to grab our Soko NFT contract, the one we're working on. Perfect. And that should be everything. So we're on injected Web3, have our address here, and we're going to deploy it. And in the deployment, let's kick up this gas fee. Let's do, I'm going to do half a Matic, just so it's a lot quicker. And let's view it. Okay, so here's what it's successfully on the blockchain. This is the block that it was written with. and it's from here. Here's the contract address that we need here. We also have all of our info here now. So if we copy here, it's the contract address, which should match what we have here. Same one. So we can open up the contract address, and it says that this is the creator, this is my address, contract creation. Now what we can do as the owner of the contract, we can interact with the methods here. These are all the methods. These are the readable methods. These are write methods, or something along the lines of that. So let's say, for example, we wanted to mint something. So safe mint address to. Let's mint right to our address. Address to, we're going to paste that there, and we're going to transact. So there's a gas fee for doing that. Let's confirm it. And if we go here to balance of, we can paste in my address and call it. So if we open this here, we get an output 0. So this address, which is right here, has 0 NFTs in its possession. Owner, we can call the owner, and it'll give us the result, the return here. This is the owner of the contract. We could also do this, owner of index 1. So who owns the first NFT? And it says not error, non-existent token, because nobody owns it, because we're still waiting for the safe mint to be done. So what we're going to do is we're just going to triple this and resubmit. So it'll resubmit and overwrite. We can view it on the Block Explorer. And if you have a higher gas fee, it's going to have a higher priority and get done quicker. So look, it's done. So now if we look at the contract address and we refresh, we should be able to see a transaction. See that? We have a second transaction here. This is the first transaction done to the with the contract from my address once again. SafeMint is the method that was called. So that's pretty cool. We see that there. Now if we come back here, once again we see the owner of, let's do balance of my address. Now it says decoded output, so it says 1 here. Now we can see owner of 1, and it gives us our address here. We could also, let's say, let me get a different address here. Let's do a transfer. So let's do balance of this new address. We're going to call it, and it says 0. So you see we get 0 here. So what we're going to do is safe transfer from. So from address, we're going to get our main address here. 2 is the new one we're sending it to, and the token we're going to send is token 1. Transact. Edit the gas fee. I don't know why this is. Okay, so high, max fee, and GUI. Okay, we're going to increase the max fee. So that max fee, okay, 0.97. We don't need it that high. 0.1. Sure. So we're willing to pay up to 0.1 Matic. That's still like 16 cents. And there we go. Went right away. Let's see what we actually paid. Let's wait for this block. So it's been included in the block. We need to wait for the block to be done. There we go. And we ended up paying a total of still, what was it? 0.003, yeah, almost nothing. That's why you want to just really increase the max gas. So we interacted with the contract. We transferred from one address, using this contract from one address to the other, one token. Let's confirm that here. So let's do balance of, so the new address, we have 1 now. And if we put the balance of the old address, the from address, we have 0. So we just transferred ownership of an NFT directly from one to the other. Alright, so real quick, we also can see on OpenSea. You jump over to OpenSea, connect your account. We're going to do the second account that it was transferred to. You can check out our profile in the hidden section. This is our NFT right here. Soko NFT V2. I think you put V2 because I've already done a Soko NFT before. So we see from Sheepay, this is my other account, to me here. It was transferred. And OpenSea basically logged that. We don't have an image on it, but we can add images to the contract. And we can also add more details. We'll be doing that in the future. But we could list this for sale. We could send it to someone. If we want to we could transfer it here to another address. For example, let me transfer it back to my main account. Let's do a transfer. And that should be transferring over. So pretty cool. Could also have unhidden it to keep it on our OpenSea, but that's basically how you would check it out on OpenSea. It'll automatically get posted there right away, which is pretty cool. Hope that was helpful at all. This is my guy right here. This is what I'm going to use for the next step. I'll include his link in the description, of course. Web3 Club, awesome channel, really underrated. He drops some killer videos. These are the ones I'm following now, basically how to create an NFT, all this stuff. He goes more in depth. I'm just summarizing what I've learned. All right, stay tuned, guys. All right.